Alright, if you're not aware of it, there's a problem in this country, and it started with the attacks in New York and Washington, D.C. From the moment of the impacts, the talking heads on the TV, well, you know the routine, started setting up who the patsy was going to be. Supposedly an Al-Qaeda claimed responsibility for the attacks. And since then, if you have been following the news, Al-Qaeda doesn't exist except in a database in the computers of Virginia. We have two wars going on right now. It's based on the justification from that initial attack. In Afghanistan, supposedly to go arrest somebody. Never heard of that before. Destroying an entire nation to arrest one man. Seems kind of overblown there. What's the underlying excuse? All the opium? The poppy fields? Maybe a pipeline through the center of the country. Iraq, what's the excuse for that? Some bought the 911 connection, connected with Al-Qaeda, when all the historic record just points to the opposite. No connections whatsoever. But people bought it because the talking heads on the TV told you that. One lie after another for these wars, all based on the 911 attacks. And when you look at the facts, that was obstruction of justice by the Bush administration. The people responsible for that are in the Bush administration, were in Congress and the Judicial Department. Nobody's doing their jobs. Why is that, people? The historic record has, when severe injustices continue to go unmet with justice, the people will take the law into their own hands. That's a guarantee. So you future defendants, you have an option. You can come forward, or you can keep looking over your shoulder the rest of your life. Because eventually somebody's going to come get you. There's lots of people that lost family in there. Some of them lost all hope. I'm sure the unprecedented payoff you had planned without going through a court, all planned to keep any evidence out of a court record, official documents, that proves who was really guilty. The unprecedented fact of all the victims' family members getting a payout. Who ever heard of that? Except for the guilty settling before a trial. That's an admission of guilt, people. The Bush administration admitted guilt when they set up that payment. Who directed that money? Is there a full accounting on that? A lot of your liberties are taken. The final blow is attempted in 911. You gonna let them take them all? The policy state, the police state that most of you applauded in its major build-ups all these decades. For those of you that did applaud it, you might just get what you wished. Investigate 911. A grand jury would have been the legal route.